I
No,
apologise. Go
it
on.
reminds me of Cagney and Lacey, your music. You know, like that sort of. Remember Cagney and Lacey at the end? It always reminds me of that, your intro. Anyway, go on.
I was going to say I have to apologise to the people in the chat tonight that Simon's come so underdressed tonight. It's a shame.
Come
Innit?
for
Did
the
you not
proper
find
red
anything
flag.
to wear? Were you rushing or something? And you thought, I'll just stick this thing on. Is that what it was?
No. So the
No.
shite you showed last week, I thought, do you know what? We can do a lot better than that. We can do a lot better than that. So I did.
And on that note, welcome to Tub Thumpers. Part 22.
Yeah, so when anyone confused, Mark, it's not Darwin Núñez, it's me, Si. I've just got a Liverpool shirt on, so don't be confused.
Yeah, you look just like that good-looking 21-year-old.
And don't be confused with the same physique and stuff.
When you came on, I was like that. I was like, "Where's our sign? What's going on?" You know,
Darwin's here.
Darwin's dad's here. Oh, we've got an awesome guest on tonight. Ladies' night tonight, Si. So we've had the lovely Helen, we've had the lovely Leslie, and tonight we've got the lovely Georgie. Yeah, many would say the backbone of Universal Toy Collector. That's what I reckon. What do you reckon?
I reckon she's like the transit van. She's like the transit van of unit. She's the one that keeps the backbone going. The transit van always keeps the work going, doesn't it?
Hey, Georgie. So, Georgie,
not that you're a van, but you know,
Georgie, you're like a transit van.
Beep beep.
Oh, hi, Georgie. How are you, pal?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How you doing?
Oh, it's so good to have you. It really is. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know, Si, because we were always saying, weren't we, about it's like we know Leslie collects, and so we wanted Leslie on differently. Do you know what I mean? And we wanted this thing for you because we know you're into collecting and so forth. And you know, it's just nice to actually see, because, like I say, we always know you're there, but you're always behind the scenes. It's like Georgie's here. But the way she's on here, you know. So thanks for coming on. Are you enjoying it, by the way, Joe? Are you enjoying all this YouTube lark and this community lark?
Yeah, I'm enjoying keeping Stu in line when he's getting questions wrong and pressing wrong buttons, and yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's great. To be fair.
What do you do, right, though, when everyone's kicking off on his quiz and they're like, do you not say something to him later on, like, Stu, come on, man.
Pull your socks up. Yeah, it's I mean, it's, to be fair, it's hard. It's not until you're sat here and you're looking at all the chat going up thinking, well, I maybe need to read it before I put it on the screen. There's a whole load of components that go with it, so I appreciate it's tricky.
It's hard, isn't it? And especially when you fall behind, because I know he does the same thing I do, doesn't he? He like falls behind and he's like, do you know what I mean? But anyway, let's have a look who's here. So we've got the lovely Gaps here. Shabby-licious. Nice, Gap. Yeah. Nice. I like that. You hit the like button on the way in. Our Des. Look at this side. Look who's here. It's our Des.
Proper casual pose, that, isn't it? Proper casual. Like he looks like a CNA catalog model, doesn't he? It's a proper like lean back.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because you think for me, Des is like that was written for Des, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like the other way around.
I think George Michael had it in mind, yeah.
Sure I think George Michael had it in mind. I agree. Kieran's here. Hello, Kieran.
Mr.
How big are your muscles, Georgie? How big are your muscles? Whoa.
Not very big.
Look at that. Hey, Georgie, let's see some ET merchandise. ET. Look at that. G-Force is here. IG Force.
G-Force.
Scott Whitehouse. Looking forward to another brilliant Tub Thumpers. Well, yeah. Hey, this lad, you might know this lad. Universal Toy Collector. Have you heard of him, Georgie?
Vaguely. Maybe.
Good old Stu. Hi, Stu. We'll look after our promise. Right, let's have a look. Jason's here. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
Des says, I'm interested to see if Georgie's sitting in Stu's room for what me and Si were talking about that. We Si.
Yeah. Because normally when you come on camera, you're not in that room.
Oh no, yeah.
I think it's either in the front room you're in. So we were saying, I wonder if Georgie's in that room. Is Stu allowed her in the cave to do his stream?
Only if he wants it dusting, really. I mean, it's.
Really?
No, he's after a rattler. I know exactly what he's done. He's after the rattler. Yeah, you go in there, love. Do you want an extra cushion? There's this rattler I'm after.
Look, it's to me. Yeah, actually, it's Georgie's room. Yeah, red it is.
Oh, is it your room, Georgie? Look at this. Not exclusives on Tub Thumpers.
We had our old place there where we lived, and Jem found this place which was a lot bigger. And I was like, we've only just moved here. If you watch my videos, it's like I'm a gypsy. I'm moving in every house, every other video. I'm in somebody else's house, you know. But Jen said, if you come here, and we had a look round it and so forth, and Jen goes, you can have this room if you want. And that's so I just thought, well, fair enough then. Do you know what I mean? So she actually gave me my own room, but so I was quite lucky with that. But it is hard, isn't it? You know, when you're trying to convince everybody, well, we need this room for toys. It's like, for what? Oh. Yeah. Hey, good old Super Awesome's here.
Yeah.
Hey.
So look, that good, Stu, as you look like you was holding on tight. Oh, he reads the thumbnail, doesn't he? Oh. It's time to thump some tubs. Yes, it is. Friends of ours, friends of yours, Georgie. Evening Tub Thumpers. Looking forward to this episode.
Yeah, Stu says that you go out with Martin and his wife and stuff, and you meet up and stuff, and that's really nice that you do that like as a couple and stuff, and yeah,
that's really nice. We've got a lot of Disney going on with us. We like a lot of Disney, especially me and Steph. So
yeah, you want to hear what Georgie was saying about him behind the scenes side? I tell you what, I was like, well, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize Martin was like that. Do you know what I mean? Good evening, Hoppy's Creations. Good old Hops here. Good old DTM's here. Did you know something about DTM, Si?
No, I didn't know he used to be in the Karate Kid, I think.
He did. There you go. Great movie. He was great in that movie, I thought, DTM Si. He was great in it. Let's have a look. Everyone's saying hello to each other all the way down. Scott Whiteside says, I know how you feel, Stu. My study collecting room is biggest upstairs in the house. Mrs. Whitehouse is very tolerant, but she reminds me occasionally.
Georgie. So that was your room, Georgie, and then Stu said, can I have this room? And you went, go on then. You can.
Well, it was actually the spare bedroom. So, and we didn't really have anybody come round. So it was just sort of laid dormant with a few cupboards around it. And then it just got to be sort of, well, why didn't we just turn it? I mean, when the whole COVID thing happened and I thought I might be working from home with jobs going forward, we thought, well, let's just turn it into more of an office. So technically, yes, it was still my room. It was going to be an office.
Yeah.
But this part is technically the office. this little bit here.
Oh, it's great though. Looking great, that room. It's like every time you come on them shelves behind you get more doubler and doubler, don't they? Every time you come on.
Yeah.
You've noticed everybody's rooms. Yeah, you watch G-Force and he starts off now and it's completely different. You know what I mean?
Now just about getting his room, can't he? Yeah.
Hey, super family, good old super fans here. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Look at that. Des, I'd be crawling around like VTR if I was. He's still up there, Scott. He's still up there. It's Camilla sends him sandwiches every now and then. Friend of yours there, Georgie?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good old Steph here. Oh, hi. Georgie, guess who else is here?
And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure it steals your heart away.
On your way. Good old Connor's here. Look at this. Absolutely brilliant. Everyone's coming seeing you, Georgie. Look at this. Everyone's here. Jason says, I don't want to rub it in, but I got a whole place to display my collection and I'm still out of room. Oh, don't look at him. I don't want to rub it in, but in the east. Hoppy, Universal, Dares. Let's see who else is here before we get to Kieran Ball's favourite part of the show side. Kieran Ball's favourite part. Talk about Kieran Ball. There he is. Oh, look who else is here. Bikers here. Look at that.
Mr. Biker Scout.
Yeah.
I presume.
How dapper is our side?
Well, it's Liverpool fan on, isn't there? I missed out last week. I completely forgot. Then Toffee Nose here brings out his blue shite. So I thought this week, get dressed properly.
Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, good old Jackie boy's here. Hey, Jack. Nice to see you, pal.
Mr. Kelly.
Shabby Si look like Cagney and Lacey.
I better not be the fat one.
Right.
I bet not be the one with the fat head that was always angry every week.
Was angry.
Oh, the one with the fat head. Which one had a fat head? Cagney and Lacey.
Not the blonde one, the other one, the fat-headed one. She looked like a grown-up Fred Savage.
Ricardo, hi, pal. Mr. Redmond. Hello, Shabby Si, Georgie in chat. Let's have a look. Mr. Whitehouse. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Blooming heck. Let's have. Oh, here's someone that we definitely owe.
I am the last of the famous international playboy.
There he is.
Secret is he shows that's Savarjov. Yeah, but that's the secret, Mark. He shows Savarjov, but really he smells like shit.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. You didn't mention that outfit was in the wardrobe, Stu. What outfit? What outfit has he got in the wardrobe? Does he keep some dodgy outfits, your fella, Georgie?
Not that I know of.
Oh, maybe Marty's just giving away.
Find that out.
Oh, good old Keith Guppy's here. Loving the shirt sheer class. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you.
Disgusting. I would never.
Have you noticed, Mark? There's a lot more like appreciation for my shirt this week, wasn't there, than that scarf of yours last week? A lot more seems to be.
Do you realise if I wore my shirt, the beginning of every comment would be Shabby, That's nice, Shabby. Oh, that's nice. Hello, Georgie. Bit of culture at last. Well, yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. But I also got Si and Georgie on biker, so
there you go.
Georgie looks so much better in that chair than Stu. Well,
there you go. You see,
it's a big debate.
Check in the post,
Delvian, how you Delvian? Yeah, we're over 40 already. So cheers everyone for popping in. That's
well, Georgie,
awesome.
do you never fancy hosting one of Stu's shows? Do you not fancy doing a quiz for once, or because maybe when you did the 24-hour stream, why do you not do it in turns? Like Stu does 4 hours, then you do 4 hours, then Stu does 4. Then he gets a break and stuff, because how he stays up 24 hours sat in that chair talking Transformers, that would bore me to death after an hour and a half. I'd be like, forget it. I'll pay the kids myself.
I think he loves it. He loves it, and being support, he knows that I can be there to help do whatever he needs to do, and change stuff.
It's just funny that you never did a few hours segment of that yourself, so, or would you not? Is it not for you? And
I don't know. I think hosting is very different to being guesting. I'll probably just switch off, and if you switch off, and then you're so. I mean, if Shav's now just sort of didn't interject or something, and something went quiet, then it'd just be like watching Tumbleweed for a couple of hours. Because maybe I
get that, because I've always said the same thing. I don't mind hosting, coming on as a guest on this show and stuff with Mark every week, but as far as the hosting stuff, no chance.
I haven't got to click on anything or do any of that malarkey, or I can just
Well, you and Stu will know how. You fall behind in the chat, and then obviously everyone in your chat as well as my chat is so understanding about that. They don't say anything.
Always.
You know what I mean?
No,
they're always like, "Don't you worry, Stu and Shabs. You just carry on the way you're going. You'll catch up eventually." You know, especially our side. Our side is so understanding when it comes to falling behind in the chat. Geek Strong says, "Stu, your toy room has never looked better." There you go. Mr. Ball says, "See, Stu, glasses make you look sexy too." They are. They are.
I'll see.
Hello, Matthew.
Do you think everybody's trying to tell Stu something here? Maybe there's a new face for the show.
Well, Jason F does say that Georgie is the main boss of the universe. So there you are. So.
Yeah, right. Voltron.
Says, behind the scenes, giving Stu all the wrong Jeopardy answers so she can have a laugh.
All the secrets, letting all the secrets out, Sags, honestly. Come on.
Jumpy! Hey, Jumpy's here. Our Claire's here. Claire. Hi, Claire.
We're there.
Oh, my mum's here. Hello, Anne-Marie. Oh, Simon's mum too. Mum, this
Anne-Marie,
is
Mark's mum.
Yeah.
She's back, Georgie.
Oh, definitely ladies' night. Look at this. One of our favourite ladies is here. Miriam's here.
Miriam. Tea maker of this century.
Shabby always sounds so amazing. Well, now he's got that shirt. I'm surprised nobody left, to be honest. You know what I mean? I thought it'd be, yeah. I'm humble. You're like that too. You know, I suppose when you do chats like this and you do live streams, you do wet yourself, don't you? You're like, oh, you know, and I'll never take it for granted. I'm always happy to see people, and you know, they could be doing something else, but they're here listening to me and our site go on. So, you know, that's why I'm always so amazed. Yeah, Shabby, Stu's excuse if he's running a quiz in the chat, you're just dealing with those Muppets. Oh, I see how it is. So...
I agree.
Stephanie saying hello to everybody. I'm just trying to get down here a little bit. Oh, the lovely Helen. Good evening, the lovely Helen.
Hey,
Helen.
Mr. McGuire's here. Hello, Johnny boy. DTM saying hello, Helen. Washing up still needs to. Oh, Mr. Lemire. Hello, Andrew. Let's have a look. I expected DTM to have a black eye in the next pick for that comment. Well, yeah, definitely right. Put your marigolds on.
With the Yorkshire woman there. Don't mess with Yorkshire women. I think David know better.
Biker says we are house hunting at the moment and feel like I'll be lucky if I get a corner of a room to my collection. I'm quite lucky with that because unlike Georgie, my missus doesn't collect at all. She barely comes in here. She's not a fan of it. So for her to say, yeah, but she is supportive. Do you see what I mean? Now, have you always collected little things here and there, Georgie, or is this something new for you?
No. Yeah, definitely. Since actually I plucked something out from quite a while ago. So I would say age of about 7 or 8 going upwards.
Right. Okay.
So our family always collected sort of things like tin plate toys, Zucos, all sorts of different stuff, bears, Stife, all that sort of stuff when I was younger.
Right. So is that where it's come from?
Did you keep any of them Stife bears by any chance?
I wish. I think we do have a couple knocking about. We did sell a whole load of collection one time. I mean, I had a big Haddon rocker actually, which is something that I couldn't bring in a tub. It's in my mother's garage now, but we sold it. And it takes a full size adult on the rockers, and she sold it. Wish she'd never had sold it, and then found it in an auction in slightly worse for wear. But she's bought it back and it's in her garage now.
Yeah, but it's the nostalgia of it, isn't it, to get things like that back. Me and Si the same thing. My mum was always collected, always had stuff. My grandma did. Do you remember those old coppery dark brass pencil sharpeners that were always done as old antiques that like you'd have a Singer washing machine or a grandfather clock, but there'd be pencil sharpeners.
Atlas,
she remember she had dozens of them, didn't she? So collecting's always been a thing in our house. So, and I think it is for a lot. Yeah. So David Rules of Toys is here, right? David's got me reminded constantly. Oh, good old Matt's here. Hi everyone. Anyone dreamed of mobile phones this week? He has a point. Did you answer that question last week, Georgie, when Matt said you never dream about technical stuff?
No. I like to try and switch off from it all. So having dreams of it would be like a oof.
No, you don't. Do you?
Imagine. No.
So DTM says, I've told you before they weren't my gloves. I found them. I didn't know what was on them. And I don't want to mention that I've got a condo and a house with stuff in it so much I had to get a second place.
And in Florida.
Oh, we need another place. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Connor says you're the only collecting Sags here with a franchise. Oh, Ayesha. So Ayesha sent me a picture about 2 weeks ago, and she said, I've sent it to you. And I'm like, you haven't. I haven't got anything. It was in my message request. So you never opened that though, do you? It's like, oh yeah, there it is. Found it 2 weeks after. Here we go. Stu's tried the same excuse for his My Little Ponies. We didn't believe him, and we don't believe you, DTM. Well, a bit of controversy in the chat there, Si.
How's his collection of ponies going? Is he getting a few going now?
Slowly. Yeah, slowly. I reckon the next one will probably up it a little bit. Yeah. They're gathering around Miss Cinderella Lego Castle. So
Are they? Oh, brilliant. Oh, look at that. I am not a Brony. Listen.
Not a Brony.
Hey, spoken like a true Brony.
Can I ask you a personal question, Georgie? So your Stu with this beard, man. I think he looks handsome with it. I think it suits him. What do you? I think it's like, actually, he's got a bit distinguished, our Stu, with that beard, you know.
Yeah, I don't mind it on him, to be fair, but it's quite sort of wild and woolly at times. I mean, it's all right from a distance. It needs a bit of a trimming edge for sure.
Yeah.
But it can get a little bit, it can list off to one side as well sometimes. It drives me crazy. I like to be symmetrical, so I keep yanking on it.
Yeah. His beard, like Georgie.
His beard.
And another personal question I wanted to say. One of my favourite videos your Stu's done is not really on YouTube. It's that one on Instagram where he's going around all those shops going, yes. Now, you obviously filmed that, right, Georgie? Right? So, were you like, could this be the last one? Or were you like, on for it?
It was my idea.
Oh,
it was my idea.
Oh, even better.
I didn't think he'd do it because I don't know. Brilliant. Sometimes you've either got to be in a bit of a zone or something to do something. And I said, "Go on, we should do that." But the amount of times that we might have done the same place once or twice with the people walking behind him, giving us the weirdest looks in the world, which is just why we don't vlog in this country, because people just stare at you as if you're crackers, you know.
Like what you doing? You know, especially outside shops. Yes.
Oh, no. And it was very loud.
Oh, brilliant. Trying to think, but yeah, don't think I have any My Little Ponies. Yeah, you do. Let's got a couple here as well. Let's not all jump on Stu's bandwagon. I think a few of us have got them, you know.
I'll tell you, I was getting these things from Starch and Figures a couple of years back, and because I was getting something, and then because it was COVID and I was buying something a couple of days later, at the time, instead of them like giving you your postage back, they either put in a Blu-ray or a figure or something, you know, to make up the price so it gets sent in one. Right. And twice they sent me 2 different Pink Ranger figures from Power Rangers. Now I'm Power Rangers for 10 years past my time, but because they kept sending me Pink Rangers, I thought I'm going to start collecting Pink Rangers. And now I've got like a great collection of Pink Ranger stuff, Pink Ranger helmet, all sorts. But I've also got this My Little Pony, which is a Pink Ranger. So it's really cool. The same ones that they did like an Optimus Prime one and other ones in.
Yeah, it's not an attractive colour, is it, Adam? To be honest, it's not really it's not a colour.
You know him.
To be perfectly honest, you know what I mean? The more Stu shouts, the more we don't believe him. Well, that is a good point. Let's have a look. Let him go. He's on a roll. Chat from Kieran. Let's have a look. Oh, talking about handsome boys. Here's one right here. Hi, Rob. How are you, pal?
Hey, Rob.
Well, our toy group is the only one that pays attention to the chat. Watch a lot of other subjects, and it's rare to see a live stream that even pay attention to the chat. I agree with that. I've always done that. Did you and Stu set out for that as well, Georgie? I'm a firm believer of that. If you're going to do a live stream, is interact with your chat. What's the point in, you know, or you can just do it whenever you want then. Did you set out to do that as well, you guys?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think it's important because you like it. I mean, we keep using the word community, don't we? But we are at the end of the day. And I mean, we've gone on and watched streams and popped some stuff on, and they've started chatting about, oh, this is the latest thing that's coming out, and everybody's typing comments, and I'm like, oh, I hope they put that one up. That's a pretty cracking comment. And then there's no comments going up whatsoever, and then you get a bit bored actually. And unless you're really invested in the particular maybe item that they're reviewing or doing whatever they're doing, I'd lose a bit of interest because you've got that in action, you know, that interaction with people.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, ZSR is based on the chat because what will happen is me, Matt, and Tez will not script it. We never turn up at a ZSR, for example. Tub Thumpers is a bit different because we've got it in segments, but ZSR isn't. And so you rely on your chat. You rely on someone to say something or something brought up, and then you can start talking about that and so forth. But we've always said that we're all ZSR in a way because it's not just me, Matt, and Tez that built it. You're probably the same with yours, Stu. It's everybody else that's helped you build it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's it.
and
Exactly.
and I think that's why it's important. And Super Awesome does exactly the same thing on his. You go to Super Awesome's and he's with the chat and he puts everything up and so forth. Shabby's so far behind in the chat though. He's now talking about himself in the third person. I do that constantly. Si hates it when I do it. You know what I mean? But I do it. The toy community is unique and how much it pays attention to the chat. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Rob's saying hello to everybody. I'm trying to get down because I know I fall behind you, Tim. Before we get to the most important, besides obviously Georgie's tubs, the most important question of the week, Simon. Have you got a good one this week, Si?
It's connected.
It's connected to what?
It's just that's all I'm saying.
All right, let's have a look. Let me get down here. Here we go. I am now known as the Babylon. Brilliant. Keep trying comments, everyone. Shabby has to read him, and we need to delay Si's question of the week for his oh, look at this. Sour Mark tuned into the Tub Thumpers to find Shabby and Glenn Hyson hosting.
Who's Glenn Hyson?
Played for your scumbag. I mean, your boys. If that's who he played for. Let's have a look. Darth Wizzy's here. TJC's here. If you're gonna talk to each other, I apologize for this, but I'll need to get down here. So then we can all join into size conversation. Let's have a look. Stu isn't a brony. He's just looking for toy stables on eBay for a friend.
There you are.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Stu's a wild yanker.
Charming.
What?
Was that his nickname at school or something?
Oh, I missed the beat.
Mr. B.
Yeah, that bloody bat. What? I still say that I didn't know Connery was Welsh.
Did you not?
Really? The beard is, I like it though. I mean, I like it.
I think he should get a trim because these two can say that, but on behalf of myself, you look like a dirty wizard. So get rid of it. That's what I say.
And he can't even cast any spells.
I always have a stubble or a beard, and the reason for that, I shaved it off once, and my wife looked at me like that. And remember, I've been married 20 years, and I went, "What's the matter?" She went, "Your face looks weird."
You'll never catch me with a beard ever. I get that scratch neck. You know, when it goes a bit longer, I'm like, and everything like itches. And once I caught it on my coat, and that was it. I hate having any beard or anything.
Oh, getting it caught in a zip.
Yeah, it knackered.
Imagine.
Mr. B says, Stu, been loving your streams. Brilliant. Right, let me get down. Everyone's saying hello to each other. I can't just try to find. Oh, Mr. Reynolds is here just in time for the $1 million side question. Oh, brilliant. Oh, the wee Scot himself. Hi, Papa G. I saw him outside Sunderland's football stadium yesterday. Is it Stadium of Light? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Where Sunderland play.
Why is he over here, Papa G?
Yeah, I thought you've come all the way over from Canada. And you're at Sunderland football. Brilliant. You trimming the beard, Stewie, is in time to see me. Thank you, mate. Oh, is that what it is? Well, what's Adam Berry like in real life, George?
He's like, Adam's all neat, isn't he, in there? He can't have any homeless next to him with beards and stuff.
Yeah, no. You need to keep up with the Joneses, definitely. But yeah, I mean, certainly if you want to escape all the whiffs when you're going around the fairs, just shoulder to shoulder with Adam. He's like a little force field of aroma.
A force field of aroma. Brilliant, Georgie. Brilliant.
He's brilliant.
Although I will say something, sometimes I find myself like Adam going, what? But I do exactly the same thing. Like I bet you 10 quid, Adam carries a little bottle of aftershave in his bag when he goes around any of these dudes, because I do. Because I'm the same as that. Sometimes I'm like, I'll spray a bit of that. It stinks in here.
So excited! My Lego Joe set. I want that set so bad. Are you thinking of getting that one, sighting, Georgie? Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Georgie?
that's 100% for me. Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen it. Do you know we've gone off Lego a little bit purely for the fact of just the expense in the room at the minute.
Expensive
I
one's
mean,
stupid.
I love Lego. Yeah, I love Lego. I mean, I've got the Walt Disney vintage video camera with the film cell around it. I got that. Got it for Christmas, and I'm not going to take that out of the box.
Hey! What is it about Disney? What is it about Disney, Georgie? What is it about Disney that you know? I'll give an example. You're on most of these streams, or you're either in the chat or working on your own YouTube channel with Stu. You hear all these people slag off Disney and Disney's this and Disney. What is it about Disney for you? Because I know you've been to the theme parks and you collect it. So what is it about it?
I mean, I think as I was a kid, it was the first place I ever went with my dad. And it just holds a lot of memories, and things change. Not everybody agrees with change. Not everybody likes change. But at the end of the day, if you've got core things that mean a lot there to you, I just try not to overthink it. Enjoy it for what it is. If you don't like it, move on. It's like if you don't like stuff on YouTube, don't watch it. Switch off. Move on.
I agree, and it's funny because Si did the same thing. For everyone who watched, by the way, me and Si did a late night stream on Si's artwork on Monday. So thanks everybody who either watched the replay or came in. That was really nice of you. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because while Si's showing all these different variants of genres that he's drawn and pictures drawn, the majority of them came up as like Disney-fied, and it made me think that, because I'm the same way as you. I love Disney. It was like, especially growing up in England, this was like the pinnacle, wasn't it? I mean, this is where the magic happens, and this is where we're from the north of England, so you see this place, it's got castles, but it was always the work that came out of it. The movies were always great, the cartoons were always great, and it's funny because I didn't realize. I said to Si, considering Si draws his Judge Dreads and his stuff like that, how much Disney has affected him too, with his work and so forth. So I think that's the way I look at it. I'm all for change and whatever, Georgie, but as long as it's done the Disney way, like this is the elite, do it that way, and then we'll all be back on board, So
yeah, definitely.
Stu doesn't want to give Adam beard burn when they kiss.
They are, Georgie. Nice thought for you there. At least it'll smell nice after.
He already smells like mango. I bought him proper mango, but he's got some beard butter that Connor kindly gave him, and he's got some mango, beard oil, and then mango beard butter that I got him for sort of the tropical burst.
For his beard?
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide who's the cutest between Shabby and Si.
Obvious. Liverpool.
Say Si.
That's it.
Let's have a look. Disney for me is the 80s cartoons and being in the parks. When I'm in Disney World, it makes me I 100% agree with that. It's a shame, really, because I was talking to only one about this recently, and it's not as if we all woke up one morning and went, right, today we're going to hate everything. None of us. I mean, look, we're all the same age, more or less, and we all collect and we all love pop culture. That's why we're here. And I would love that. I've said it to the CSR lads and Si many a times. I'm tired of moaning. I'm tired of going, you know what I mean? Going, oh, crap.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, yeah, I hope it all gets back to normal. I really do. Si is truly an amazing artist. Yeah, he really was.
Thanks,
Chronicle, say safe out there, UK vote. Yeah, I don't want to get all political and so, because this is Georgie's show, but it's pretty bad, isn't it, what we've heard about over here?
It's not great.
Might be bad tonight. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
Me and Georgie disappear. That means we're fighting on our sides. So if we disappear, you know where we are. Got a stick, big shield, and off we go.
Right, I'm down to the bottom. Which means we can do this part of the show. So Simon's favourite part of the week, Kieran's favourite part of the week. Georgie, you ready for Si's question of the week?
My question this week, right, is a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's a bit because it's connected. Like I said, it's a connected question, and it goes back to me being a vampire, right? So now I'm a vampire. Yeah, I've been turned, but time's passed. And like you live forever being a vampire. Like nothing ever ends and stuff. Right. So if you could go back to the beginning and you get bit, who would you take with you, and what animal would you take with you as well? What? So you have to turn an animal and you have to turn a human being into a... Now remember, Georgie, this isn't an easy thing because you're going to be spending eternity with these people and you're going to be spending eternity with this animal. So you've got to think to yourself, well, do I want something that's going to help me hunt? Do I want something that's like a companion? What sort of person do I want? Do you want somebody for a million different reasons why you'd want them there? But this is forever. So once I was thinking about that, I thought, this isn't an easy question. So who would you take with you, and what animal would you take with you to be a vampire?
Look at Steph, Georgie's face. Yeah, welcome to the club, Georgie. Yeah. Oh.
Can I phone a friend?
Phone whoever you want.
Matt's Collection says, bad question, Si. Biting animals is a no-no. But Georgie,
yeah, but I know, but you've got to remember, you're going to be on your own because everybody you know over 80 to 100 years is going to die. Everybody that you know, no matter how many times as years pass on, you're going to be a vampire. So if you could take somebody with you, and you can take an animal with you, just so again a companionship and a partner, who would you take?
Right, got you. So if you're a vampire and you had to live forever, you have to pick an animal and a person to go with you.
Yeah, who's going with you?
You need somebody entertaining, I suppose. You need to,
yeah, well, no, but then entertaining people after like 100 years, do you ready, wouldn't they? Like,
can you imagine? Can you imagine 100 years of yash? No.
No, but it's forever, Georgie. It's not just 100 years. It's forever. You're a vampire.
Can I just take the animal? No.
Yeah. 800 years later, will you shut up with that?
Should we bite him tonight? Yes. So what animal would you take?
Because then there's no point taking an animal that relies on the sun because you're not allowed in the sun. So you can't do that. So amphibians and all that, they would be like, these reptiles. What's the point? So you couldn't take anything like that because I love spiders. So I think, I'd take a big spider. But then I thought, no, I couldn't. The spiders need the sun, don't they?
But they're not going to live forever either, are they? Are they living?
Yeah, what if I bit it? Because I'm a vampire, Georgie.
Okay.
Get with the game, kid. Come on.
I mean, it's got to be something big enough to get your teeth into. You can't get your teeth into a little spider's legs, can you? Really? Not really.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Kieran says you can't say pony stew. Gab said he would turn Hello Kitty fur, my animal, and he would have Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone.
You see, he's thought him, man. He's thought, you know what, married or not, Sharon Stone.
Stephanie says a dog, Georgie. Right, come on.
Yeah,
Georgie.
like a dog. Like a dog would be good, wouldn't it? You could take a dog with you because the dog, yeah, it
would be. I mean, a dog would be my obvious answer. I'll probably have a big dog.
I think that would be like a tiger, because you could train a tiger. You've got all the years left. You could train a tiger to be because he's going to live forever as well, isn't he? So a tiger, well trained after a couple 100 years, would be better than a dog.
So you take a track, right? Hang on. This is your last show, Si. This is your last show. I'm telling you. You would take You would take a tiger, right, to train it.
Yeah, because think about it. Once you're a vampire and your tiger's a vampire, you've got all the years in the world. You're lasting forever. So you could train that tiger to even juggle.
That's it. He said, not all the vampires, they won't die. And whoever you turn to, you probably already know. That's a good point, too. DTM says, I'd take our bud for companionship and Helen could come to do the hunting. Well, you see?
Yeah, that would really be. Claire and Akira.
Matt's Collection, no one. Being a vampire is a cursed life. How do you know if you've never been one?
To some, Matthew, to some.
Yeah. Listen to Mr. B. I'd take my second granddaughter. Nice. So Mr. B wants to bite
the
children.
First? First is a pain in the arse. I'll take the second.
Look at Steph. Yes. And you can get rid of the person if you get sick of them. Stake to the heart.
That's if you can catch me, Van Helsing. That's if you can catch me.
Luke said he'll take Derby Collector because even if he's in the undead world, he'll
Brilliant.
Good point. What would you take? Share? That's doing all that. Yes.
Oh, Buffy. He'd take Buffy.
Who's Eliza Dushku? Who's that? Who's Eliza Dushku?
Was she the one that played Buffy in the film version?
There is some symmetry there, and an animal. It would definitely be my pet. It wouldn't be my dogs. No, need a break for them for 10 minutes. It wouldn't be my dog. Although I wouldn't need to. One of them wouldn't need to train to bite people because he's done it to half the community that's been here. So, all right, Keith. All right, Keith. Let's have a look. Why aren't I on your list, Martin? That's a good point. See, you're ruining marriages with your questions of the week, Simon. So.
It's not really marriage, though. You can't think marriage because you're going to live forever. So it doesn't matter. Unless you take your wife with you, and would you really want to live with your wife forever and ever and ever? I'm not so sure about
that. Yes, I would. She's unreal. Kieran Ball says Zoltan the vampire dog and Caroline Munro.
Caroline Munro. He's thinking.
Yeah. If you could turn an animal, can it talk? So I take Shabby. I tell you what, no chance. I'd wet myself. Good old George is here. Geek Strong says, I will turn my duck named Tiny because Count Duckula was a great cartoon. And I will turn my son Owen because he's the best weightlifting partner. He's thought about it. Good old Kenny's here. Hey, Kenny. We're up to over 50 now. Over 50. Brilliant. All tuned in. Sydney Sweeney. And who cares about a pet if you have her forever?
Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney.
I watched her on The White Lotus. Do you ever watch that show, Georgie? The White Lotus?
Yes. Oh, my God, yes. Yeah, is there another season coming out? I really hope so.
In Thailand next. But she was on that, and I didn't think much of her. I thought, what's the big deal about her? She was all right in that, but and then I saw a picture of it. I was
going to say, these are from Simon Richardson. These reviews are from Shabby Si. No,
I don't think a dog wouldn't want to pick up its poo forever. That's a good point. Find a billionaire and turn them. If you're going to live forever, you need a lot of money. That's a good point.
Yeah, but you wouldn't need to do that because you'd have a lot of money. You're living forever. So the one thing you'd do is accumulate money living forever. And at one point in your life, you'd be the richest man on the planet. And then you'd get bored of that, wouldn't you, really? So I wouldn't take a millionaire. No, I'd become one.
Nice. Holochronicle said, I want an elephant and Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin. Why would you take Steve Irwin?
But what if the future we all end up like Coruscant? And it's one big city and we've got no parks or anything like that. What would you need Steve Irwin for? He'd be buggered.
If you want bats and vampires, go to Bognor Regis. Anne-Marie says, I will take Ryan Gosling and our cat Akira. Look at that. Everyone's thought about it. It's only me and Georgie that are like, what?
Yeah, what? No.
If I turn into a bat on a moving train, will I smack the wall sign? It's got a point.
Yes. If you jump.
I would love to be a vampire up most of the night anyway, so no one would want to spend an eternity with me. Oh, this is that big. No one would want to spend. I'd spend eternity with you, mate. I'd do it. Faith the Vampire Slayer. Faith the Vampire Slayer. Who's that? Is that Musker bird? Hello, Mr. Largo.
Jim.
Good old Jim's here. Let's have a look. Technically, vampires can turn into wolves, dogs, so I'd pick Ingrid Pitt too. Brilliant. Eliza Duke was Faith so much hotter than SMG. Everyone just goes on a tangent about that. When they wouldn't, honestly, can you imagine having to spend all the time with me, even if it hurts my head thinking about it? Do you get like that, Georgie? Do you like just at the end of the night when you be? I tell you what, it goes on a bit. I'm glad I know he smells nice. You can tell us, Georgie. There's only 55 people watching. No one will tell you.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come out. We always go over stuff as well with how things went and what we can do different, and
Yeah. Well, the thing is that this, I've noticed for YouTube, no matter how much everybody wants to get it right, there's always something that's going to go wrong. Always. It's like when we had Rob's Rep Show on, and he was all excited about coming on, and he kept saying, "Oh, it's going to play up." And at the moment we're about to go live, it plays up on him. You know, you can't help it, can you? Sometimes it's out your hands.
It's not. I mean, when I am set up on the other laptop, when I've done stuff when we wanted to be on two separate screens, mine is an older laptop. It takes a little while to get going, so usually I turn it on a couple of hours before and make sure it's all okay. And I did that the last time. And sadly it didn't want to play ball when it was all set up and it was all ready to go about an hour before. Went to turn it and do stuff 1:45, nothing. So then I have to do everything on my phone.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? Yeah. Do you ever get that thing as well when it wants to reboot? It has to chat, and you're like, 2 minutes before.
Reboot.
Yeah,
Norton, everything else. Other spy firmwares are available.
Adam, you could steal books from libraries forever. Brilliant. Well, anyway, we've gone through the chat. We've gone through Si's question of the week, but we're here, let's be honest, because we're all nosy, aren't we? And we want to see what Georgie's got. So let me make our Georgie big. Georgie, show everybody what's in your tubs.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to start with a theme. I will do a bit of a spoiler alert because there might be nothing in my tubs of geeks.
I'm sorry when you see Stu's comment here. It's a bloody nutcase. Look at this.
Does that get you going, Georgie, when he goes, my Winky?
My Winky, Georgie. Oh, I'll tell you what, my name Winky. Brilliant, isn't it?
Welcome to my world.
What is he? 12? My Winky. Brilliant. Oh.
Every day I said you guys get to turn off, and then
Hiya, Salacious Rum. Are we still on for that thing we discussed? Think twice, blink twice into the camera for yes or once for no.
Just keep blinking. Should I just keep blinking?
Oh.
Okay. Shall I grab some stuff out?
Maybe don't call it a Winky now.
He's just made the biggest mistake of his life there, hasn't he, Winky? I'll tell you what.
Okay,
Georgie, let's have a look.
I'm going to start with some stuff. Let's have a start with some bits and bobs that we've got from. We'll start with some Star Wars stuff.
Ooh.
So these guys we bought, I think it was a few years back now. We went through to the Droid Factory. Remember when you used to be able to make your own little Disney ear hat? Oh, I'm going to try and get this right. There we go.
So you make your own. You build a figure and they give you the packaging and put it together like a.
Yeah, so you just go along and pick all the little bits and the components. So it's like a mini, like the Droid Factory where they build the big ones, but it's just like a little mini one. And this was all before COVID hit. So, and then as soon as that started, they never came back again. And you have all the letters in the back, so you create your own little bubble.
That's cool, isn't it?
And we haven't named them yet. There's about 3 of them.
Winky. There's your first name, Winky.
Oh, nice. Doing his wee Willy Winky. So yeah, loads.
Is that something that you look out for when you go to the Disney parks? That you want to make one of those and bring it like a souvenir, more or less?
Yeah, it was really cool to do, but I said they've stopped doing it now, so I don't know whether they'll ever bring it back. Hopefully they will.
A Brody with a Winky. Who would have guessed? Well.
This little guy hasn't gone out yet, but he's still in his box.
Oh, nice.
So
again, is that another Disney exclusive or?
It was, it's the Doc Ondor one from Galaxy's
nice
Edge. I think a lot of people have got this chat, but I haven't even broken the sellotape seal, so I can't even look at him because.
No, keep it nice. It's jam like that.
It's like
don't open anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you tend to do that, George? You keep a lot of things, like you said before about your Lego, and you've kept it closed or whatever. See, toy-wise, I can understand that, but Lego, I can never understand why people keep it in the boxes. Si's got loads of it in boxes.
Yeah, I mean, all the Lego that we've had prior, we've opened and we've built. I think that's the first one with the camera that I just haven't opened it. I think firstly because I don't know where I put it.
Right.
Secondly, it's going to be a beast of dust. And the artwork on the box is just really lovely. So I've literally left it because you can't go back once you've opened it, can you? At the end of the day, especially Lego boxes.
And you've got to remember with that, what's going to be expensive about that is the Walt Disney figure. It's an exclusive minifigure that never been done before. So that's the first set that come in the next couple of 3 or 4 years from now. That will be more expensive than the actual set. So for me, that's why I don't open things like that. It's once the stickers are on, that's it. You've done it. It's it just not devalues, but for me, I just like collecting boxes of Lego. I like that look of a shop and having all the boxes there, and
likewise. It's like this box also probably won't get opened. This is a little shout out. Thank you very much to Martin and Steph for my birthday present that is in my tub because at the moment it's not going out anywhere.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
I'm getting a little glare off the screen. There we go. That's such a cool set from the Star Tours. So super happy with that. It's brilliant.
So they got you back when they went to Galaxy's Edge?
I believe
Martin went to Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, they've just been to Galaxy's Edge, haven't they? Am I right?
I don't know when he acquired it. I didn't ask when he acquired it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Adam says Lego in boxes I buy for investment just takes up too much space and dust in his house. So he 100% agrees, Georgie.
Yeah, I haven't bought two of anything yet. So I might leave this in the box. It has been out of the box. We saw this in the Outpost in Hollywood Studios. That is it's all kind of gone now. I think they're going to be doing away with it where the courtyard is. And we saw it at full price and never wanted to spend nearly $100 on it. And then saw it in the Character Warehouse for like 75% off. And it's a stained glass Princess Leia.
See, that is awesome. I would love to have that.
No, that is one thing I don't think I would have kept in. I think that'd have to be out. I'd have to embed it in one of my windows.
It's super lovely. It's just having the place to put it.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, that is nice, Georgie, to have. I think we'd all have that. Every one of us, That's awesome.
I've not seen anything like that, no.
Really?
She's showing some stuff off here, Georgie. She's got some cool stuff.
I can never open this box. Hold on, let's see if I can get it around the right way. That's one of these.
Ooh.
Awesome. The Minoc. It's the one with the it's the Minoc one where you got the Minoc with it. You remember, Si, in The Empire Strikes Back when they're actually in the Exogorth or whatever it was called, and that is a brilliant set.
That's cool.
But be careful with these boxes. Nice, that, isn't it?
Now, do you search this stuff out, George? Is it when you're out and you see it and you think, oh, I'll have that?
Yeah, especially if we're out in the States, and we do go a bit nuts and always bring at least one extra massive suitcase back with us. Yeah. The last time actually we didn't keep track of. Well, somebody didn't keep track of what they were buying.
Did he not?
No, and it all piled up in the hotel room, and it looked all right in the hotel room. And when we put a case next to it, it didn't really all fit. I can't remember if we bought 2 suitcases to bring it back with, but there's always suitcases that come back. But some of these bits have been brought over here.
I was like that with D10 and Helen. They bought that much stuff over here. I thought, how are they going to get it all home? But they did.
Yeah.
So,
You do, don't you? You do.
Yeah, he's nice, Jason.
This next one as well. This was bought from Celebration. I denied forever. Leslie was with me and I was like, do I get it? Do I not get it? I don't know what to do. But we were just like, yeah, I'm going to get it. So it's the Max Rebo plushie set.
Oh, let me just make it a little bit bigger than that. I've never seen that. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's quite cool.
What is it like plushies? Yeah, it's a plush set.
Yeah, it's really bad. Sorry, glare.
No, we can see.
It's just a plushie set. They were selling them individually or in like the box as a set. So yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely that Star Wars Celebration as well on the side. Man,
Yeah.
Well, Georgie, before there's a lot of people saying Georgie's got great stuff and Georgie's got some awesome stuff, but there's a few people in here that don't really know who Georgie is. So we've put together a bit of a gallery, if you will, of Georgie's life. So this is Georgie's life in a Tub Thumpers gallery. So now you know a bit more. Georgie dancing with John Travolta. She was in
I know a bit more about myself.
Well, you know, she really is both times. Awesome. Some of them are brilliant. That picture though of you and yours, Stu, as Fred and Daphne. Oh man.
Yeah, but you haven't superimposed the head. That's the thing. You haven't superimposed any heads.
And Si put it behind the Scooby-Doo Haunted Mansion and all that. I thought, Si, you legend. The thing is,
that picture, what was that? Was that a fancy dress to you? Was that or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a New Year's Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve party, I think. Yeah, I put it together. Yeah.
Oh,
belt to what it.
Yeah. So there you go. And Georgie's actually has her own YouTube channel. You know, obviously she's with Stu and does that one, but Georgie's is Sweet Collecting Adventures, and it's in the description. So if you look at the description, if you ever want to subscribe to Georgie, I know you do videos now and then, Georgie, don't you? You're not like, you know.
I wanted to try and separate it a little bit and be a little bit more you know, forthcoming with more videos and bits and bobs, and trying to do sort of my life from the collecting side of things. So but to be fair, it slowed up a bit because nobody ever remembers it's me. So I've just sort of tended to go back on my own channel, my own Instagram.
I know you're different. You see, it all makes sense, Georgie. All makes sense. So anyway, if you can subscribe to Georgie's channel. She's awesome, man. I've loved this. I really have. Anyway, shut up, Shabby. Let's get on with it. George says, I sat next to Stu and Georgie at dinner at the Premier Inn, and she bought her own calculator to sort the bill.
You still on about that? Oh my days!
Hang on a minute. You brought a calculator.
It was my phone. It was just my phone.
You 27.50. You 26. You 17. You want a Coke? I'll have that one.
No. Hang on a minute, George. I didn't have the Volavant. Si had him. Oh, hang on. I'll sort this out.
Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant, Georgie. Brilliant. Love Georgie's Bo-Katan and area. Well, it's the things you see, the things you find out on Tub Thumpers about Georgie, you know. She's in all of it. Georgie looks lovely in those pictures, but doesn't Stu look odd without a beard? That's how it's going to work now. We've known Stu for so long with that beard now for the past few months. When he shaves it off, we're all going to be like, who's he?
Weird. Yeah, it will be.
Brilliant. Great gallery off. All right, Georgie, what's next, Bubba?
It's going to kind of wrap up our Star Wars.
Okay.
I think. Yes, wrap up the Star Wars. So I've got every single one of these, and I wasn't going to bore you all with every single one of them. So I just plucked out my favorite from the Forces of Destiny, which is Leia and R2.
I like that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a
Are they
great
the
song.
dolls that your suit used to collect, Mark?
Yeah.
But the art's really nice on the back as well.
I thought it was
Yeah,
a great
well,
thing.
yeah.
That I really liked him. They did Kylo Ren as well, and they did Bespin Luke, but yeah, it didn't really take off. But I love that packaging. Yeah,
we got them quite reasonable. The Entertainer were like putting them all down for £3 and £4 each, you know. So we were like, actually, yeah, let's
snap them up. Yeah,
I think it's
they'll
going
be
to be
the
one of
ones, you know,
those.
in 20, 30 years now, you'll find again for a couple of £100. You know what I mean? And all that.
I agree. Like the last 17, you know, these were like thrown in bargain buckets, and now look how much there were. I think Forces of Destiny will do the same thing.
Fingers crossed. They're all in my cupboard, so yeah, that would have been a bit of a get out.
Georgie, wow, that Wonder Woman picture of Georgie's.
Again, other opinions from other people.
Salacious one does not
get it.
There is opinions, and his opinions only. Oh, I know. Yeah, the ET. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, here we go, Georgie. Reynolds Reviews. A popular YouTuber, if you will, has just subbed.
Yeah. I hope everybody knows something by the time we finish.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh. Let's have a look. Even in person, none of you smell. Oh, they are. So we can confirm that Mr. Fragrance himself says none of you smell. Not even Si. So well, that's good.
That's not nice.
Everybody smells nice that we come across.
Well, some do.
Hiya, buddy. Nice to see you, pal.
King of Gravy's here.
Georgie?
Sorry, but we didn't hear you then.
I didn't hear you. Next. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go into odds and sods now.
Oh
yeah.
So when we were talking about things from collecting from childhood and things with the Stife Bears, this was my very first little merry thought.
Man.
Yeah, with little bells in his ears.
That's
and you've had that with you since you was little, have you? And that's always been with you.
Yeah. It wasn't not from a little tot, as in, you know, trying to suck on its ears or whatever, but from a sort of 7 or 8 upwards. Yeah,
lovely, isn't it? It's great
cheeky
keeping things like that.
Cheeky.
Steak pie and chips.
I love the smell of steak pie. Oh yeah, I don't blame you. It is.
And I lied. I thought that was all the Star Wars, but just for Des, and I think he's seen these anyway, and just because.
Yeah. Get Des
yeah. Now, are yours empty or are yours full?
Mine are empty.
I think you've got to empty them, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, it was only water, but you know. Yeah, I did empty them. Was his full? Did he leave his full? I can't remember.
I hope not.
I don't think he did.
Fried chicken boxes. Imagine what that looked like now. Kieran's got a question for you, Georgie. Georgie, before I subscribe, can you confirm that Stu isn't on your channel?
No, he's not.
Right, well, they are.
They are.
It's just me. It is just me.
Gilster. Just wanted to say hello to Gilster.
Okay. I've also decided that rather than collecting lots and lots of one thing, I wanted to start collecting one thing that I had as a child, but not collect all of it in that range, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And this is something I had as a kid that I used to play with all the time, and I got gifted for my birthday.
Oh, well played, Georgie. Well played.
We have got the box as well, but yeah.
Awesome. That's, Luke's problem for me, that I'm watching Luke's videos, and every time I go to Joe Fest, I pick up a mask vehicle. And Super Awesome has found me that one, and that's a real nostalgia. That one, that's awesome.
We used to have a '57 Chevy in surf green in real life.
Wow. So, okay.
Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. So that was kind of the pull for it. The fact that it was a Chevy in the first place, but yeah. So I've got one of those back.
Yeah, you seem to have always you have a big love of America, don't you, Georgie? You and Stu. Yeah. You love the history and you love the culture and
If we could live out there, we would.
Our good pal Wizzy's asked, Georgie, do you have any Kenner figures from your childhood?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think I have. The only things that I do have from childhood, which I haven't got with me, are some of my ET stuff. But yeah, I haven't got any.
Right,
I used to go and help out when I was a young kid at a Scouts jumble sale, and I vividly remember taking AT-ATs and snow speeders and crashing them into each other and throwing them across the the thing, having a right old game with it. Things that would make your hair curl these days. And I used to have all of that as a kid. I had every single bit of Star Wars, loved it, and then I don't know, one day obviously it just went somewhere.
This is what I mean. I will say to people in the community, especially on your side of the pond, if anyone goes to Si's for a visit, take a shovel with you, because the amount of figures that are probably in Mum's back garden, Si, when we were kids, do you know what I mean? There's probably tons in there, I bet.
Vintage action men buried.
Yeah, vintage action men, all sorts, yeah. Oh, Gab has subbed Georgie, so Gab's just subbed to you. There you are, there's 2.
I better get on making some more stuff, I think.
Well, I would like to say, I'd like everybody in this chat to sub to Georgie before this show finishes. Then she's got a vast load of new starts, then, haven't you? Like, loads of new subs.
I have to get cracking. I have got, so I might like this one. This was a present from my mum, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can.
So what's that?
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Right up side street, that, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
I like
nice.
the different heads you get as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Is it, who makes it?
Lots of DC going out, isn't it?
It's Mesco, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll tell you what, your mum was like you then, the price of them things. So
they're not very easy to get hold of, that, you know. It's not very easy at all. I ended up trying to find one in China, and I got this dodgy one. And when it come, oh my God, all I did was stand it up and the neck snapped straight off. I was like, oh, forget it. But again, it's my own fault. I was dead cheap with it as well, thinking, oh, I'll get a dodgy one. It'll be all right. No, it wasn't. No. So, yeah, they're quite rare to get hold of them. Yeah, they are.
I've next got, there's a lot of gifts in here, actually, because the gifts at the moment haven't quite made it out. So hence in tubs. But I have to look at my cue cards now to remember who. Lovely APD. This is something that's come up. There we go.
Yeah, that's one that's my big ranges like. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
So they must have done a few different ones then. What's that one? Ghostbusters?
Yes, Ghostbusters.
Right, yeah, so they must have done a few lines in ponies that were other franchises then, because I've seen an Optimus Prime one. Like I said, I've got a Pink Ranger. That's a Ghostbusters one. Oh, there might be a few of them out then, eh?
There is another one that I think it's a duo pack. I can't remember what they were though. So that was very kindly.
One of them, Georgie. Look, we're Brodies, Georgie. We've got this. And then the Optimus Prime one, is that one. Miriam and Gerard sent me that. Miriam and Gerard. Couldn't believe it. I thought, awesome, you know.
The only thing is,
Stu, don't be ashamed about being a brony, Stu. We're all in the club. We're all in the club, Stuart.
And this one was gifted to me by Ron, which is going for the 35th anniversary. And I used to have this. So it's something else that I'm looking for, another pony as well that I used to have, I think, cotton candy. But this is butterscotch, and he very kindly sent me that.
Oh, now that's awesome.
Lovely, yeah.
See, I love really all things like that. That's really cool, yeah.
So what are these? Are these like new ones that have come out? Or
Yeah. So it's to commemorate the 35th anniversary. I think they're now on to the 40th, I think. But yeah, it's just
nice thing to have, yeah.
New old school ones, yeah. Having those.
Thank you, Bubba. That's really, really sweet of you, John. Really sweet of you.
This one was one of the first things actually we sort of ever found between us. They do another version as well, but we had a big thing for Kiefer Sutherland in 24. We watched the whole series of 24.
Is it any good? I never watched it. Is it any good?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. It was a long, long time ago. I think I bought the Blu-ray or the DVD set from a car boot. And I said, well, if we don't like it, we don't like it. And we weren't really streaming anything at that point. I don't know if it was online, but I just bought the whole lot and we just binged it. And it was brilliant. And then we moved on to things like Designated Survivor, another great series.
I'm watching the Traitors at the moment. I can't stop watching it. But you know, there's a 24 film coming next year, Georgie.
Really?
Yeah, movie's coming. Oh, yeah.
That'd be good, because we did meet Kiefer at Comic-Con. He was a nice chap to meet.
Who's the nicest person you have met, pop culture? Because obviously in your gallery, I saw that picture of you and Jeremy Bullock, and I know you've met Ray Park.
Oh my God. Jeremy Bullock was probably the nicest man ever. I mean, when I first met him, he would always be standing in front of the table. He'd always refuse to sit down. He'd stand up and sign anything you want. And, obviously, just take the time to chat. Not that a lot of people don't. Ray Park's another really nice chap that takes time. I mean, everybody's been lovely. The first Comic-Con we ever went to, I was a little bit, because I've done sort of TV and films and stuff with animals and bits and bobs, meeting sort of, I suppose, celebrity people. I'm used to working with them. But when you see them behind a table, Stu was like, go on, go and ask. I mean, there was the cast from ET were there, and it's like, go on, go up and talk. There was nobody there, no line, nothing. And I went, well, what do I say? I don't know what I say. What do I say? Well, just choose a photo, and and he was talking me all through it. But I mean, Carrie was bonkers lovely, absolutely. She's she took the time. She said, oh, this has to be perfect what I'm going to write. You need to shush, and I'm concentrating people, and she was super. Everybody's been lovely we've met, really, but there's a few standouts.
That'd be funny though, because it's like if I met Keith Sutherland, I'd have to say something from the Lost Boys, like the maggots Michael. I'd have to say something, I couldn't not. It'd kick in, I'd have to say it.
Oh, no.
It always reminds me of that Father Ted TV. Remember Father Ted when they were in from One Foot in the Grave? I don't believe it. And he went mental. I love that, Ted. I love that. Just go up and say it to him.
Yeah, I'd feel like that. I'd have to.
Oh. Yeah, Jonathan says 24 was a great show back in the day.
Yeah, it made a lot of noise. I'm like Mark, I never watched it, but it did make a lot of noise, and a lot of people went on about it.
Yeah, it was good. It was an easy watch, but it was good. I didn't fall asleep in it, which is always a good sign.
Kieran says, who's the nicest person you've ever met, Georgie? Surely that's Stu. Surely.
Of course.
You heard it here first, Kieran. You heard it here first. Everyone I've ever met was really nice and great with fans, especially for one. Mike Mignola was a total blah, 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 blah to his fans. Never met him. More of a jerk. Really upset how bad he was.
Really? That's quite
Jason,
surprising.
our good friend Jason O'Toole, I won't say just in case, but our Jason met somebody at Celebration that he was dying to meet. And he didn't come across as nice either. And Jason was gutted because he'd loved him all his life.
It was Andy Lemire at the Hollow Chronicles.
He wasn't Andy Lemire. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. But so I can understand that. One of the nicest, me and Si met Darth Vader and obviously got stuff signed. But two of the nicest people that signed up was Jem when I met Jem from Jem and the Holograms. Honestly, Georgie, I was like a teenage girl. I was starstruck before that was, and I don't get starstruck. I'm not, but meeting her was it was amazing because I used to get so much flack off everybody when I was a kid because I loved Jem and the Holograms, and so to meet her later on in life and get it signed, and now everyone's like, "Oh, that's cool, Shabby." But back then, I would have got my ass kicked for it. Do you know what I mean? And the second one was who me and Si met, the girl that plays Aunt Beru in the sequels, and she was in the Kenobi one. She went about 15, 16 years ago. We'd gone to a Star Wars Burnley Fun Day, and she was lovely. We had our lunch with her, didn't we? Yeah. She was sat on her own. Yeah. She was really nice. So
she fell in love with your kids. That's what it was. She loved your kids, didn't she? So because they were like little dolls then, weren't they?
Right. Yeah, you're right, Si. No, John, that really sucks. Yeah, apparently John says he upset me that much. I sold my Hellboy comics and everything. Oh, that does.
Wow,
suck,
that is pretty. Because normally comic book guys are really nice guys and have the time for you and give your artwork. So I'm surprised to hear that Mike Mignola was like that. I really am.
Yeah. Could he have been having a bad day, or was he just going out of his way? That's the thing. You just never know, though, do you?
Is that why you get people that have met Anthony Daniels and said he's an absolute delight, and I've also known people that have met Anthony Daniels and said he's an absolute nightmare. So I think it's just how you get them on the day, isn't it? Yeah, it's just how you get them on the day.
Who's Bonnie Pierce? Do you know who that is, Georgie? Bonnie Pierce.
I do not. Yes.
You have to tell me who that is. So. Gil's is saying all the time.
Good old Kev's. I'm rubbish with names.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about Comic-Cons, though, I won't go through all of it, but we've got a lot of signings.
Ooh, yeah.
So there's me awesome. Influence. Actually, it's not too bad on there. Cool. Michael's on there as well somewhere. Yeah.
That's awesome. The mum from ET.
Yeah, he's in there, George. Yeah, go through him.
Game of Thrones. We've got Green Wobbly Jelly, the only film she ever made. She's an artist, actually. She was lovely. Green Wobbly Jelly.
She was great in that scene, wasn't she?
She only made Jurassic Park. That was it. She never did anything else. Wow, I never knew that. Never knew that.
Done anything else. He was not quite as nice to meet, but he was okay. And then, like, the brother out of Back to the Future.
Man.
Had a whole Back to the Future day. She was gorgeous.
How cool is it?
Leah Thompson, yeah.
Yeah, Leah Thompson. He was
fantastic. She could light up the screen, couldn't she?
Yeah, he was walking around.
Oh, that's that guy.
Yeah.
You gotta hear this.
Marvin Berry.
Look, I found that new sound.
Brilliant.
He was lovely. Tom Wilson.
Wow, Georgie, blooming awesome stuff.
Walking Dead, Sam Neill.
Yeah.
He was very sweet. What else have we got? Oh, he was a brilliant guy to meet. What's his face? What's it Woods?
You played General Grievous?
Yeah. Matt Wood, I want to say. Matt Wood.
What great book. Cool stuff.
There we go. There's Kiefer.
Brilliant.
Sean Pertwee out of
they're Gotham pictures, aren't they?
Gotham.
Yeah, quality, Georgie.
I'll do one last one on here because he was actually at Echo. Robert Watts, but that's a picture of Robert Watts with Jim Henson, David Bowie, and Lucas.
And you've got that signed.
Yeah.
What the France, cool. Georgie. What the we were talking before about no one wanting to come on after VTR. Now no one's going to come on after you, Georgie. Now everyone's going to be like, "Oh, I can't. I mean, what am I going to do now?"
I'll do my prize photo, my surprised prize photo.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that is
if you could get in that with Georgie, would you go in the past or would you go in the future?
Past, I think.
See, I would never go in the past ever in any time machine. No, because you know it's like what's happened. You've seen it all before. It's only nostalgia. I'd want to go like 300,000 years into the future.
Yeah, that album, Stephanie. That album is something else.
If you went into the past, I'm going to do one like your question. If you went into the past, you could sort it out to make sure you could go back into the future.
Yeah, you could go in the past side and try and win some Premier Leagues. That might be good for you. Do you know what I mean? Instead of all those years.
Honestly, I never see the purpose of having a time machine and going in the past.
Shut up, Si. I just realised I've met Georgie at Sandown in May. Look at Kev. Hang on, I know her.
I know that woman.
Yeah, we met. Definitely. I was just
great
trying to
album,
think.
Georgie. The past to collect priceless collectibles, Simon, are like he's saying. So that could be it as well.
Yeah, like Good Night, Sweetheart.
I'll do one last photo in the album. That was Katie before she was £1 million, I think.
Wow, Sacco.
And still no beard.
I didn't recognise the blonde. That's what it was. She's normally same colour hair as you, aren't she?
She was lovely. She was really lovely.
She's got her hand in science fiction now, Katie Sackhoff, hasn't she? She's been in some science fiction roles now.
She does a lot of podcasts now as well.
She always seems a dead sound woman, though, doesn't she? She always seems to write, laugh, and doesn't get involved in all this stuff.
No.
Kev's got 3 words for you, Si. Grays, sports.
Well, yeah, there is that. But don't forget, you could actually on the day that you decide to travel to the future, you've got all your sports and stuff that day, haven't you? So you could still become a millionaire without going in the past. Right, shut up! I'm not going on about it.
Si wants to go thousands of years into the future to get to the end of VGM's.
Brilliant. That's true. And I still won't get to the end. It'd be halfway through. I'd have to be a vampire for that. And then my dog would be fed up of listening to it.
Shut up, Si, eat those biscuits.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
I'll do one little brief since we're sort of in that. Well, we were in that area a minute ago. Something that I picked up recently.
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
Little Super 7, Unpunched. Yeah. Hoverboard back in.
Is that like so that's a reaction figure, but is that like an exclusive one, Georgie?
Yeah, they do them on the regular cards. I don't know too much about them, to be fair. I just went, oh, hoverboard card, Unpunched. That's a nice price. I haven't got one. I love that. That was just me. Yeah. But they do them.
So iconic in it, that board. So iconic in it. It's weird.
It was a special edition.
Well, what are your top 3 movies, Georgie? What are your top 3? Like, not necessarily top 3 because everyone's got a top. But what are your most watchable movies, Georgie?
What I can just put on in the background? Well, just literally watch. I suppose Labyrinth has always got to be up there.
Same way.
Will be. Yeah.
I think that's the first thing you said when you and Stu came into the community. And we were talking about Labyrinth, and you went, I love Labyrinth. And me and Si were like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. I love that movie. You know, even now when I'm working, I'll play the soundtrack. I just love Labyrinth. I just think it's brilliant.
Something I like is the behind the scenes extras on the DVD or the Blu-ray. I love watching all the behind the scenes making of it and bits and pieces.
Yeah, because you've got a bit of a history, haven't you, with puppetry and stuff, haven't you, Georgie? You've got a bit of a history when it comes to puppetry and things like that. And
we've done a little bit. Yeah, we've done a little bit, bits and pieces. Not. I mean, I've done like Little Shop of Horrors, for instance. I've done that 3 or 4 times, and I puppeteered it twice.
Another one of our favourites.
To do it on this day, how much would you love that? I'd love to do that. I would never have the balls to do it, but I'd love to do it.
You should. I mean, I've done it playing one of the urchins, so Crystal Ronette Chiffon. I've done it twice playing one of those characters. So I always got to open the show with Alarm Goes Off at 7, which the bag lady usually sings going across in front of the screen. That's always a nice song to belt out. And then when I got to I can't really remember things like that anymore. I then did the puppetry side of things and Hidden a Plant.
Eaten by Audrey.
Yeah. Do you know, I put it on for my kids when we first came over here, and I thought, oh, they're all old enough now, they'll be able to watch it. So I'm watching Little Shop of Horrors, and the end was different. The end was completely different, and I was shocked. I was like, what's going on? So I did a little bit of research. I never realized, when we were kids, George, we must have seen that movie hundreds of times, but I never realized it had a variant ending. Never. And I remember VTR saying, what do you mean, Shab? So I sent it to VTR, and VTR never knew either. We were like, I know, unbelievable. All those years watching that movie and never knew they had like a darker ending to it. So
and I think the stage show mimics that. I think it mirrors it, because that's different from the film that people remember as well. Yeah.
Do you still do the stage stuff? Are you still involved in all that, or not as much?
The last thing I did was Little Shop, and that must have been about 4 years ago now.
Right.
Yeah.
Get back into it, or
no? The trouble is with work, you can't commit to rehearsals. You've got to rehearse 2-3 times a week. You've got to be there by 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I don't get even home until that time, you know. And then I have to take holiday off when they do the run of the show, and it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of time and effort and hard work. I mean, it's great, rewarding, and you meet lots of people, but I think times have moved on in my life. If I could pop back into time and do a certain show again, I would. I mean, my last one singing part wise was Mary and Jesus Christ Superstar. That was the last thing I actually sung in.
Awesome, Georgie. So
you don't miss the balls at all. You don't miss it.
I miss it how it was, but it was different. When I last did the puppetry, it was okay, and I did enjoy it, but it didn't quite have the lackluster. It was a different input, because you're more backstage than you are on the stage. And there's I think I realized when I got up to sing something to Jesus in JCS, and I got the verse and the chorus around the wrong way, I went, I'm remembering this is time to call it a day.
I suppose. No, I could never do that. I admire people who can get up on a stage and things like that, because, I couldn't do it. Yeah,
but you're somebody else. The glory of it is you're somebody else. It doesn't matter what happens. I mean, I've done things like Fame, which is a bit more flamboyant, Sweeney Todd, which is very dark. but you're somebody else. So you're not being you. And that's the difference. This is hard for me. This is hard for me. Getting up in front of 300, 500 people, that's fine. I don't mind that.
No.
This is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. This is just me.
Yeah, I suppose as an actor, you bare yourself and you yourself.
Yeah.
You do, don't you, basically? Yeah.
Not talking in an accent. I haven't got a script to follow. I haven't got any direction.
No.
Mark actually went to acting college. He did actually go to.
Yeah, I
did. Yeah.
I went with. It was famous. Dean Shaw was there. Kate Ford, the one who plays Tracy Barlow, she was there with me. So Kate Ford was there. Yeah, I went with a few of them. So I was the same way. I mean, I was only young when I went to drama school, and I just fancied doing something else. But I enjoyed it. I've always liked that. It's like when Stu's Quiz came up and musicals came up. I was like, yes. Do you know what I mean? Because, like I said, it's like listening to all that sort of stuff. So
we did. Yeah, we did.
John can watch Cloud Atlas over the time. G4 said he watches True Romance all the time. Oh, shucks, Kev, you're more than welcome. That's nice. Well, it's Luke, innit? He's always like that. Yes, I enjoyed the Dino Riders Rum. Oh, yeah, that Dino Riders stream was this morning, wasn't it? So Luke is a true gentleman. Let's have a look. Anything else? What does Brian say here? Theatre is fine because it's not you.
Yeah, Brian's he's done them games. Brian and Tubbs as well. They're actors, both of them. So they've done stuff.
Yeah, Gilsa loves stage acting.
I don't know. I suppose you gotta, because I always think about acting. And I think when the camera's like on somebody else, you're still supposed to be acting in the background. So you can't just like stop and just like you've got to continue it in your head, haven't you? Even if the camera's not on you, you've got to.
Yeah.
So it must be hard to do that.
Adam says, I would love to do some amateur drama, but never got the chance. But it's fun. I mean, it's fun. I'm all for stuff like that, because I think people take the time out and work. It's like rehearsal and learning lines and performing. It's hard work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm all for stuff like that. And I think you've got to have a proper love for it, haven't you, Georgie, really, to get into that.
Yeah,
for
sure.
But it's fun. Yeah. Sure. Me and Jen do it. We went to an amateur. There's a place in Sanford, which is it's like a historical downtown. And we went to see an amateur thing last year. Went to see a Christmas Story, and it was ace. And we're going to do it again. It's just nice to support that sort of thing and go to that sort of thing. We love it. Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah. Anyway, Georgie, we're stopping you in your tubs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the time and thinking, whiz. I'm going to finish off with my little Back to the Future. This is inspired by Luke because he did his hoverboard recently and his trainers, and I can't afford either. I don't have the space for either, so I bought that.
Oh man, that's cool. Never seen that before.
Hot Wheels. I've never seen that.
Hopefully it'll focus. It's not doing a great job on the old focusing on that one, but yeah, little Hot Wheels and booties. So you technically put your little fingers in the booties.
What's your favourite Back to the Future film, Georgie? Mine's always Back to the Future 2.
I do like to. I used to own the hat. I bought the hat from Universal Studios when I went with my dad, but that since got lost. But I do love to. To be fair, I love all of them, really.
Yeah, you see it's one big one.
It's like choosing your favourite child, isn't it? Not that I've got a child.
It's like you say,
there's always Simon.
You say things like, it's like when you say which is your favourite Star Wars movie, but which one are you turning off? Do you know what I mean? If they're on, they're on. You're going to watch them, aren't you? So
yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, DTM's another one. RoboCop 3 DTM was in.
Yeah.
For those that'd like to know.
I got to apologise for one of these. The box is quite yellow, sadly, but I've got a Bert and a Mary.
Oh, I can hear Anne-Marie upstairs now like that. Yes, look at them.
Mum's a big doll fan,
Yeah, they are cool, Georgie. Yeah,
really.
Them, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a shame that Mary's gone to yellow, but
happens over the years, don't it, with plastic. I've been doing it now, looking at a few DC collectibles bombshells I've got, and they're going to that really tanny colour. You know, that when the pink in the colour just starts to go a little bit like, don't last forever, I suppose, do they?
No, they don't. Okay. It's just where to put things, where to pick things up. Okay. A couple of my favourite.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah. Hoggle.
Oh, now who made them?
These, I believe, are NECA.
Wow, I've never seen them. They're awesome.
Yeah, he's even got his little jacket on.
Yeah, NECA quality, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they
are great. Brilliant.
That's so cool.
They are loose. They're only loose because that's how they were gifted to me. There we go. I have got a couple more different ones in boxes as well.
Oh, what the I know, this is amazing. Wow, I've never seen that.
Never seen. No.
Yeah, let's show them.
That's a great figure.
That's really nice.
What year were these, Georgie? What year did they come out?
Do you know? I don't know. I've had these for a wee while. Made in China. They were made in China. McFarlane, China.
See, I knew my mum would be on the ball with them. She don't miss a trick with those.
They're super nice. Do you know something else that I've got round my mum's that I nearly dragged round? I've got same size Dorothy, Tin Man, Witch, Glinda, Witch, all on their little yellow brick road stands that sandwich together, and the lion. And the,
Next time you're there, take a picture and send them Anne Marie. She's Wizard of Oz crazy. All these cupboards here, you see behind me, they're all Wizard of Oz stuff.
Do you see that? Wow, action figures of Shabby Si. You decide which.
I'll be Hoggle.
Oh. Look at Wizzy taking it seriously. Oh, well, I'm on the right, looks like Si. Oh, yeah, Labyrinth is a great movie. It really is.
I wonder why they never followed it up, Georgie. Why do you reckon they never, in all these years? I know I went to see Labyrinth. I went to see it 6 times at the cinema when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I always thought, we're going to get TV shows and we're going to get... We never did we? And as you get older, you realise it wasn't a really big hit.
It wasn't. It was quite a flop, actually. If you watch the Jim Henson story as well, it didn't go down well, but it's now become more of a cult thing going forward. So, but maybe better to be like, loved later than have a hit and then peter off. So I don't know which way works. Obviously, for the money, it doesn't work well that way around. But
I don't know if you watch. I don't know if you do. There's a couple on YouTube called the Grim Life Collective, and they do loads of haunted videos and stuff. Did you watch the Labyrinth one when they go around all the labyrinth sets? That was crazy, wasn't it? That little bridge and stuff.
That's my next trip. That's about an hour away from our side. That's my next trip. I want to go there.
Yeah, you got to do, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I need to.
Is that new Jim Henson documentary you talk about, Sion? The one on Disney? I haven't watched it yet. I'm dying to see it. So yeah, I bet it is. I've always been a fan of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
as a lot of fantasy movies back then were one and done, regardless of how well they did. Conan was the odd one out that got a sequel. Yeah, you're right. Really, there was a lot of things. Daryl never got a sequel. I loved Daryl. Do you remember that movie? And obviously Labyrinth. Yeah, there's a few. And Legend never got one. Legend was with Tom Cruise. That never got a remake. I was always surprised.
Labyrinth was that maze and everything in that world. It was like set up for sequels and spin-offs, and
you're right.
It lived in that sort of Dungeons and Dragons-y world where you could do lots of things with it. Yeah, they only did the one.
And now you get the Acolyte, which we hope to God isn't a sequel. Do you know what I mean? I know what we're doing tonight. It's a great movie, Matt. I love it. Yeah, I'm up there with Georgie and Si. I really like it. Yeah. But if they did something else, everyone would probably hate it. That, you see, that's a good point, because the Dark Crystal came in. It was only one season, and I thought it was good. I didn't mind the new Dark Crystal. The Netflix one.
The Age of Resistance, yeah.
Yeah, Willow was awful. I've got to admit, Willow was awful.
The new one was shocking.
Yeah, I turned it off. It's the only thing I remember.
What did you think of the new Dark Crystal, though, Georgie, with you being a fan of the old one?
I really liked it. I mean, I went, before we all went into lockdown, literally about 4 months before, I went to Elstree, and they did a Dark Crystal convention. And it was a low ticket number where lunch was included. And I was talking to Steve Whitmere outside the toilets, for instance.
With his washed his hands. Did you say wash your hands?
Oh, yeah, I hope so, before he's put it up permit. But yeah, but you were very much sort of on an even playing field. Which was really nice, and it was a very relaxed sort of day, but everybody was there, and it was all about the Age of Resistance. They had the puppets there, they did talks, all sorts of different cosplays and things, and it was just a whole day event, but small and intimate. And they're going to be doing another one next year. It'll be 5 years since.
Awesome.
Which is the last one, yeah.
Awesome.
Great. I love things like that.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed
it.
Anything like that. I'll swing back around and just staying with Labyrinth for a minute. This was very kindly gifted to me by Georgie, and I've been looking at these for ages, but they'd have to be shipped. And by the time you added all the shipping on and everything, and it's the plastic meatball Labyrinth, because I just love the card back so much.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's in a.
I'm so glad you've shown that, because I've seen these online, but I've never actually seen it. So, what do you think of them, George? Did you like them?
I like them. Actually, the figures, I think, actually look nicer in real life than they do on the on the screen. And the card back's brilliant. I absolutely love the card back.
Yeah, you're sticking that on card, aren't you? You're not opening that. So yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man.
No, it's all.
Yeah,
it's absolutely wonderful to get to know you better, Georgie, through your collection. I tell you what, Georgie, you've blown us away. You have, and I'm not just saying it. You've had some great stuff tonight, pal.
My camera keeps going blurry. It does focus in and out a bit. And casting mine back to, again, when I was a little kid, we used to go to Windsor, and we used to go to a place called Blazers, a bit like a lakeside, where you had like a stage and they put on a show and you'd have a dinner. They'd always get kids up to give them toys if it was their birthday. Yeah. So my mum decided that she would get me something that everybody had teddy bears and ponies and little bunnies. I had this.
Oh,
hey, brilliant.
And everybody looked at me like, what on earth are you going? And the first thing, of course, I did was that.
Oh, no, that's awesome. That is
that's
awesome.
great.
Yeah. So that's the original one. I've got one of the newer versions, the little ones, but that's the original that came out with the film. Yeah.
That is
that's
awesome.
Great, isn't it?
That is great, yeah.
The only thing I wish I hadn't done is taken his label off. I used to keep all the labels, but
it is, John. Yeah, John saying that's amazing.
This will be up super awesome street, definitely.
Yeah, it is brilliant. You're right, Wayne. Yeah, that's awesome. The legs look creepy. Whose mine are that puppets?
And just because I love things that take batteries.
Yeah. Georgie, do you not realise he's in the chat?
These are viewed by somebody else, not in
Georgie must have thought there was a different chat than her own in here then. What
Look at that.
Hang on, let me make you bigger, even bigger, Georgie. There you go. What is that thing?
Huge. So he's separate from his cape, but he talks. I don't know if he'll come across.
Do you want it? Don't define it. You have 13 hours in which to solve the labyrinth.
What the France? That's awesome.
Brilliant.
So he's cool.
Very cool. I've never seen any of this labyrinth stuff. The only thing I've seen, the one that Georgie sent you, I've seen them, but I've never seen the NECA ones. I've never seen that. What? And that, like I said, the plush creature with his head coming off. That is.
His legs all his legs come off and everything. Bless him. So, but my last labyrinth bit, if it comes out on screen, my mum also bought me, which is Sarah caught within the globe.
Oh, that's beautiful. That.
Oh, there we go.
That's really cool.
It's focusing on me, isn't it? But yeah, I think.
What did I tell you, Mark? Didn't I say Georgie shall have some top stuff?
You sure did.
You wait and see.
You sure did. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That is really nice, that Georgie. Yeah. I'm frightened though. Now you keep picking all this stuff up. Like, please do not drop. Please be extra careful. Don't just because like this stuff I've never seen, and I don't want you to break anything or snap anything just for the sake of us.
Yeah, no, at all. Some things I'm sort of strategically placing it down in other places.
Our desk says, why is none of this out on display?
Some of it is. Some of it is I've just popped off the shelf because all of my labyrinth stuff that I can is out, and I couldn't do this without some labyrinth and stuff in it. So, and I also want to put a shout out to wonderful VTR Dave, who after my very, very sad vlog when this little chap arrived broken, he fixed it for me.
Oh yeah, with the hand,
yeah. So I just want to thank so much for fixing him because he's brilliant.
I love that thing. I love it. It's so dark in it. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, it's got weird little hands coming out the back of it, which I never even realised it had. So it's
They were creepy then, weren't they?
Says, and I agree 100% with him, Si. He says he never knew there was that much stuff for Labyrinth. I had no idea
never.
at all.
Especially not when it comes to figures and stands and statues like that. No idea. You
Georgie,
must search hard, Georgie, for that sort of stuff. You must really search.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't. I've got one other different Labyrinth Jareth in a box. I've got a couple of the goblins on towers. They're super fragile, which I didn't bring out just in case I managed to accidentally knock them because I've had them a long time. And some sort of fan-based ones, but there isn't that much out there. I've got the board game as well with all the expansion pack. So I say there's nothing much out there, but I've got most of it, I think. Most of it.
Yeah, because I suppose collecting stuff like that's a bit like how Rum collects for Salacious. There's this there, but you got to look for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Matt's Collection says we need to lobby Stu to give up some shelf space for Georgie's collection. There you are. You will love that. You'll love that. So
I'm just trying to strategically place so I can grab
Georgie's crystal ball. Brilliant. Can you move the ball around in your hands like he does? You know,
that's really heavy, that one, and it's massive. It's bigger than the ones that they use. That's what she said.
These ladies showing up to the Tub Thumpers with the goods, fellas. I think we need to up our game. Go. I can tell you what, G-Force. I know. And Leslie's.
Not wrong there.
Lovely Ellen's. Now, what is it, Georgie's? Awesome. Love it to pieces. Brilliant. Thank goodness for Georgie's collection. I didn't think this show would ever recover after Si's questions.
That's why we have a guest on, Kieran. Take the heat off.
Okay, Georgie, what's next?
Okay, this one's for Si.
Oh, you what? God, the millionaires in their house, Mark. Look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it?
I've had this. Oh, I must have had this about 10 years. It was a gift from my mum.
That is beautiful. That's Stu's kept that quiet. He's not even shown me that or nothing.
Does he not?
Look at that. That's mint.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, lovely.
Is it Hot Toys Sideshow or something? I don't. What is it?
It is Hot Toys. I need to put it down quite heavy because it lights up in the top.
Yeah, do not drop that.
Move, and it's got a little remote control, and then it comes with.
Let me make you big.
That's great as well, isn't it?
Wow, Georgie. And your mum got you that. Your mum sounds just as cool as man in size, Mum. That's brilliant.
The thing is, I wasn't really looking for it or anything. And I think the only reason she bought it was because one day I said, oh, I've seen quite a nice Michael Caine figure.
What the France, Georgie?
So it comes with these two and then the Batman armory, but you also do have a Batman head that you can swap out and make that actually into Batman with his head on it.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean?
Mint.
Look at Gap legend status for Georgie.
Legend, right up there. DC forever.
Yeah,
she's up there now.
Georgie, you just went from there.
In her house, tell you.
You went from there to there in about 10 minutes. That is unbelievable. All these lads like, what?
That's one of my favourite pieces for sure.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, love it.
Delvian's done a video on Farscape figures. I'll check that out, definitely.
Well, that's the thing, Mark, I suppose, isn't it? You know, when you collect all this stuff, and this was the purpose of the Tub Thumpers for me, to see things that aren't up on your walls and stuff, and you don't necessarily see when you're on streams and things. Like Stewie's never shown me that before. Do you know what I mean? And that's sort of nice because you get to see all new things in people's collections that are like, whoa, look at that. You know, so that's beautiful, that, Georgie. Yeah, lovely.
Farscape figures are very expensive. I didn't know they made Farscape figures. Wow, holy awesome setup, Batman. Yeah, it is. Look at this. Wow, what he's playing up. I know. Everyone's loving it. That's either the smallest gimp suit in the world or Batman is being played by Peter Dinklage. Everyone's going on about the toys and Georgie sat there thinking of Peter Dinklage. Brilliant. Brilliant. Wow, that is mega, Georgie. That's me in the shower.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome. Definitely seen that on one of Stu's rooms tours. It's amazing. I haven't.
Yeah,
it's been in the background. It has been in the background.
Great head sculpt of Michael Caine. We need more shelf space, Georgie. Yeah, I think
we do need more shelf space.
Yeah. I think Stewie's putting I think Georgie's putting Si and Shabby to shame with her awesome collection. I tell you what, you're not wrong there, Wayne. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. So I've got one tub left that's got a couple of bits in, 3 bits in.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Find it perfectly.
Cool. So there's one thing. They're all going to be on a similar par. There's one thing that when I did Little Shop of Horrors, the director bought, I don't know if you know, on the stage they have a middle puppet that Seymour controls. He has it under his arm and it's a fake arm and he holds it.
Right.
And the first little tiny pod that he has that does the little and all this at the beginning, they gave to him as well. And it was 2 wooden spoons that were painted green. Wasn't going to work on stage. So he said, can you make me a plant? And I'd never made a puppet before in my life. So I had to come up with something that was serviceable, that grew. So I came up with this little guy.
Wow. No way.
That is. You made that?
Yeah.
Oh, my life.
This is the end of Tub Thumpers for the show. There'll be no more Tub Thumpers from next week. Yeah. Georgie's completely ruined it.
Georgie's ruined Tub Thumpers side. Georgie's ruined it for everybody.
Look at that, Mark.
Would you like to go Tub Thumpers? Fuck her off. You know what I mean?
How did you make that then? How the hell did you make that?
Oh.
It's that it's actually
Mark just watched that rise and thought the good old days, didn't he? Did you see him? He just watched that rise up and thought the good old days. Then he went.
I didn't know how I was gonna do it, because he said he wanted it to grow in really, really big, and I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I had to crawl in what we call the coffin space, and I have to do all this stuff blind underneath this desk when Seymour. So when obviously that is down, the leaves actually wilted because he had them up, and he could wilt them on cue and this sort of stuff. But
what?
I want you to make me one.
DTM's going to love that too, because I know DTM sent me an Audrey. Do you know what I mean? And he loves Little Shop of Horrors, so he'll love that as well. I know he will. That's amazing.
That really is, yeah.
So that was my first.
Well, if I can get my Christmas present in now, Georgie, I'd like one of those, please. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you want to get commissions going? My God, I'd buy one of them definitely.
Yeah, look at everybody here. Whoa, that's fantastic. Whoa, that's amazing, Georgie. It is, Stephanie. Look at that. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, amazing.
These ones aren't made, but they're in part of the collection. Because when we did Avenue Q, we did need to have some rehearsal puppets. So we've got some.
Looks like me with red top. Which one's time?
Yeah,
that's great, isn't it?
These little monsters. So we had to have something, because we did Muppet, well, I say Muppet Avenue Q workshops with puppets.
Yeah.
By Nigel Plaskett, and he was involved with Muppet Treasure Island and I'm trying to think, Christmas Carol, Muppet Christmas Carol.
Love Christmas Carol.
Yeah, so we got trained for a whole day on puppetry by him, basically.
Do you not like fancy doing a puppet show for your YouTube channel?
Well, Stu kind of does, doesn't he?
Funny. But do you fancy doing that, like doing a little puppet show and stuff, and writing comedy and doing like a little sketch with your puppets? That'd be great to watch.
Amazing. We'd all watch it. Of course we would.
Slasher Drum's made a whole career out of it. So
if you watched it for 5 years, well, what's yours? You know. Yeah. I could have just said to Gab. Gab said sub to Georgie. Well, I was one of Georgie's first subscribers. Jack the Gab to say to you, but Gab, if you look in the description, the link to Georgie's channel is in the description. So have a look in there and you'll see Georgie's channel. Holy crap, Brian. I know. That is an awesome pup. Look at this. Sick. Oh, he's DTM. Yeah, that's a brilliant, Georgie. Excellent puppet. Yeah, I knew you'd like that. That's incredible. The fact that how did you go around making it, Georgie?
What little Tui?
Yeah.
Experiment. Just experiment. And I mean, it's actually a styrofoam Easter egg from Hobbycraft. Or Hobby Lobby in the States.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby, yeah.
And then over the top, I think I did Mod Rock and a number of other stuff. I was when she's making appearance.
Yeah,
and
I
just
know.
I know. After this, Georgie's got about 30 commissions. Can you make me one of them? How much?
Hi, Georgie. Thanks for coming on. I was wondering. So you're going to get about 5 messages like that. Georgie, I was thinking. You know what I mean? Brilliant.
Oh dear. I'm trying to get something in the right place. Maybe.
Whoa.
They're like proper Muppets that you've got. It's like a Muppet. It's like a. Feel that? What's he called?
To be fair, he's not named.
Well, let's think. Jet black hair like that. I don't know. DTM sounds like a good name for it.
Same haircut.
Yes, good old look.
Yeah, so
Mick Jagger.
Again,
Somebody's just put there. Mick Jagger, yeah, looks like Mick Jagger.
G-Force. And folks were griping about who's followed VTR. Sorry for the next on who's next. I know, unbelievable.
That's good. And what do you do with these now then? Now that you're not doing it, are these just put in a box? Or did you see it at shows?
He's just sat in a tub. He's just sat in a tub. So they might be being sold possibly.
Hey, do you know there's nothing worse than wasted talent? You know that, don't you? Nothing worse.
Gap says, Georgie,
get all these puppets out
with your puppets. Yeah, is that Noel Gallagher? Connor, brilliant. Love the Muppets, so funny. Yeah, it's amazing. They look like the originals from. Sorry, it looks like Animal from the Muppets. Brilliant.
Yeah, it looks like a proper Muppet.
Kind of looks like Smith Lord, to be honest.
Too much, yeah.
I know. Look at this cat. Look at that. And Brian says, yeah, definitely do a puppet show. A Christmas special, Georgie.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Push my glasses up. Oof.
Georgie wins Tub Thumpers with a handmade little shop. I
think so.
Honestly, I think I'll talk about that for weeks. That's blown me away. That has blown me away. I keep watching the puppet right now. She keeps moving him from like he's part of the show. Love it. I know. Awesome. A puppet stream for after the quiz is finished, Stu. Yeah, there you go.
Puppeteers have a thing for that, don't they? They can the hand becomes a brain. It's so strange to watch, whereas this thing's constantly moving, going, turning, and yet it's you doing it. It's bizarre. It's such a skill.
What? That is unbelievable. Georgie.
So this little guy, we wanted to get because there's a puppet in queue called Trekkie Monster, and he's a hand puppet, so he's not a rod. He actually has 2 hands, so I'd have another person on the other side doing the other hand, but he's loose and floppy at the moment. But yeah, so
aren't we all?
He was made by a very talented chap called Phil Fletcher.
Beautiful.
Phil Fletcher does CBBCs, and he does Hacker the dog. He's the voice and the performer for Hacker the dog on CBBS. So, and this is actually one of his puppets that I got from him at the time.
Great, isn't it?
I'm blown away.
Sometimes I think about Mark's daughter Lucy. She's forever making masks.
She makes puppets and
things
stuff
that
like
move, and puppets and dragons that move and wings. And I think she might eventually go into something like this because she obviously has a love for it, doesn't she, Mark?
She loves it. She's always making stuff. And I love that about my kids. You know what I mean? That they'd rather be creative like that sense. You know what I mean? So
you'll have to get Lucy to watch this one, Mark, with these. She'll love all this.
Definitely. Dino says, I have a feeling Stu might be an actual puppet and not a real person.
It's great.
G4 says,
I mean, all these puppets, it's a shame to put them back in boxes, isn't it? It's a shame that these go back in boxes. And I mean, you should do something with them, definitely.
Because my mum says, "Oh, why don't you just sell them?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know."
No, don't
sell them.
Yeah, just sub to Georgie. Thank you, Mr. B. That's awesome of you. Good old Brizzy. Hiya, Brian. I was just going to say that, Dean. Those are incredible. Yeah. Fullest Figure says, "Is that Tez?" you could call him Winky. Those puppets are insane. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Dino's a good name for him. Yeah.
Dino the Greeno. He's green, isn't he?
I love these. Wow. It's the Count from Sesame Street before he was a vampire. It's a good call,
do you know what? Now, that is one puppet I would love to have. The Count from Sesame Street. I would love to have that puppet.
Good old
there are lots
Steve.
Of people.
Hi, Steve.
There are lots of people that do. I mean, Phil that did this chap, he does a lot of like replicas, and he's done lots of Piggies, Kermits, Gonzos, and they're spot on. Spot on. There are a lot of puppet makers on a lot of Facebook groups that do a lot of making and selling for a price.
Pulling all these out again, Georgie.
Does
that make does it give you a bit of inspiration to do something now with them? Because when things are put away, we've had so many people on Tub Thumpers that pull something out and they're like, no, I'm definitely keeping this out, or I'm definitely going to do something with this because they forgot all about it. Is that the same thing with these puppets for you?
Yeah, I mean, it does bring back memories. As I said, we use these all in rehearsals. So, but because we were so invested, because I directed it and we were so invested in doing the best we possibly could, and we sold out. I mean, it wasn't professional production. It was like there were some semi-pros in there, but we sold out every night and we got great reviews to it. So, yeah, I mean, it does. But again, it's just time. But sometimes I just haven't got the heart to let them go.
No, I wouldn't. They're all. Honestly, it's very rare that I get speechless and I just don't know what to say. I just can't believe it.
That's the thing about you just do not know what people are going to pull out, do you? You just don't.
Unbelievable. Good old Gashead's here. My friend Steve's here, which is awesome to see you until you said that comment right there, Steve. Now,
told you. A lot more appreciation for the red than there is for the blue.
Let's have a look. I can do a good voice impersonation of Annabelle. Can you? You never know, Dino. Good old Stu. You never know. Tonight's episode of Tub Thumpers was brought to you by the letters. Cheers, pal. Yeah, Kieran says blown away by your collection. I think, it's been awesome. Do you do voices for him, Georgie? That's a good question,
No.
Mr. B.
No.
Yeah, it sounds like this.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about it, though, when everybody did Avenue Q and we were learning, it wasn't a ventriloquist. I mean, when they're doing puppets on TV, they're up anyway, so you don't, seeing their lips. On stage, you're singing as part, so you're not doing a vent act. If you're with them like this, technically, people have wanted you to do maybe a vent act, but obviously if you're off screen, then it's easier to do a voice. But in Avenue Q, it's very much the focal point of the eyes of the character were where you were supposed to look, so your character would never actually look at you like you would have, a ventriloquist act sort of thing. So it was all very interesting to learn that eye line and eye point.
Can I put a suggestion to you, Georgie, and see if the chat agrees with me? It might be a bit cheeky, but I think maybe for your next 24-hour live stream, which is really for children, maybe it'd be nice to see a 30-minute puppet show from you and Stu with a nice little setup and a comedy sketch and drop it into your 24-hour stream. I'd love to see that. That'd be great.
Yeah, be different. It'd be different. I know he's going to pre-record something, I should think.
You'll have to get in the queue there, Geek Strong. You have to get. I saw it first, Geek Strong. I saw it first. Now I know why Georgie has been on screen with Bert and Ernie on. Well, that's why am I called Count Dracula is because I love to count. Georgie's are really bad to collect. Yeah, I agree. Look, you should sell them. Actually, actually, you're right, Georgie.
Yeah.
Mr. B asks, Georgie, if you decide to sell any of those, please let me know. You've got to get in the queue, Mr. B. You've got to get in the queue. My granddaughters would love them. I'm surprised.
Oh, granddaughters. He's at the front of the queue. He said granddaughters. Yeah. He's at the front.
I'd like a Gonzo puppet. Big nosed dudes have to sit together. Sure, not DTM. You got bloody double handsome on DTM. Let's have a look. In the mid to late 80s, fairs and vacation spot would have a monkey and parrot puppets with one hand to control the arm, the other arm wrapped around your neck. Lots of kids in New York had them anyway. I'm going to admit, I am always fascinated by it. You watch the things, behind the scenes, especially when you watch Star Wars, how they did it with Yoda, and they're up there. Like, how do you work that when you? Yeah. It takes such a talent, I think. I mean, it really is.
It's very.
For me, one of the most fascinating one I ever saw was, remember the end of Sesame Street, and they did that big dog, and that dog used to run after the kids and around the tree. And I used to think, how have they done that with that dog? And the way it jumps and the way it is, it must have been obviously a guy in the suit, but how did they do it, having it running like the way they did? And that was a great puppet, that dog.
It really was. I mean, Oppie's saying it. Look at the stuff Oppie makes, and look at that. Georgie's hidden talent. That's the thing. I think people like Oppie and people that are in the creative thing can honestly admire what you do there, Georgie. That's unbelievable. That really is.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. When you have a puppet in your hand, Georgie, just say, "Oh, Zippy, where's Bungo?" The moment when you start watching the stream late, I wonder if you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Definitely every week there's puppets on here. So yeah, please do a puppet show, says
I think you should. I think you should.
So let's have a look.
We'll
so the final episode of TUB Thumpers, yeah.
That's it tonight, you win, yeah.
That's it.
That's it. We had a good run.
Yeah, please re-record the puppet show and give yourselves a short break, says Matt. Awesome, man. There's love is in the air.
Good idea.
Salacious room looks crap compared to absolutely brilliant. Well, there you have it. There, Simon and everybody, is Georgie's Tubs.
Speaks for itself, doesn't it? Speaks for itself.
Absolutely brilliant, Georgie. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's get down to the comments and let's go. Honestly, Georgie, you've been superb, man. One of the best times. It's been brilliant. It really has.
Aww.
It really has.
Yeah.
100% agree on the puppet show. Keep them, Georgie. They're part of life and passion. I agree.
Yeah.
Georgie's new online business, Little Shop of Puppets. You've got it marked out. Logo for you. Si, that is a fantastic idea. Why not? I mean,
you just think, you're both talented. You both do this. You've not done it for a few years. You have them things in boxes. Get them out. You to be great at that. That'd be great to watch.
Yeah. Hey, Georgie, do you have Grover the Muppet? He was funny.
Oh, no, he's cool.
Excellent, Georgie. You've got some really cool stuff. The Labyrinth Fiery was my favourite. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, Mark, what was one of your favourites that you saw? One of my favourites that you pulled out was definitely that crystal ball. That was one of my favourites. That crystal ball was great.
The Fiery blew it, but I've got to admit, what blew me away was that the Little Shop of Horrors. What is it? I just couldn't believe Audrey too like that. And then when you told me you'd made it, I was like, "What the France, man!" I mean,
yeah, some great stuff there. Yeah, really good.
It was tricky going because it had to obviously not just look good, but it had to be transported from A to B. He had to carry it around the stage before it got put down on a little hole that was covered by a magazine. I know we're finishing. And in order for me to get the hand up into it, I couldn't put my hand on top of it like you usually would to get in there. So I had to create a strap so I could pull the strap down that was held up by a clip. So none of that got seen while he was carrying it around the stage. Then I pulled that down to give the tension of the pot on the thing, hoping he put it over the hole to put my hand up. So it was,
wow.
Nervy bit.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Georgie, you'll blow my socks off with your amazing collection of stuff. I am so impressed. Yeah. And good old Stu, man. Stu, you've been a trooper tonight, mate, because you've put up with a few bit of stick tonight, buddy. But you awesome fellow. Awesome and well done, George. Yeah. Good old Kev. Great show. Amazing. Fantastic. Amazing collection. Brilliant. Thanks. Well done. Fabulous. You are awesome, Georgie. Look at that. Brilliant.
Oh, thank you so much.
Team Rewatch. Cheers, Gil. So, no, thank you lot. I mean, all night tonight we've had 50 to 60 people all night. So you're the reason why me and Si keep making stuff, and people like Georgie and everybody else that's come on to show us what they've got in the collections. I love doing TUB Thumpers. I really do. Let's have a look. Appreciate you showing this stuff, Georgie. Awesome collection, Georgie. Talk about setting the bar high. Great collection tonight. Loved all of Georgie's treasures. I think everybody did.
Yeah, mint stuff, Mum.
Yeah.
Mint.
Also amazing episode of TUB Thumpers, and everyone in the chat love this. I do. I mean, I think George will talk for it as well. I mean, you and Stu have come on. You've built up yours, and can't do it without this lot, can we, Georgie? So
no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And just meeting people has just been immense over the last sort of year, 18 months. It's been fantastic. So thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. But Georgie, we've got about a minute left. If you want to tell us who you don't like in this community, you can tell us. It's well, that's Shabby.
We've only got a minute. No.
Georgie has amazing hands. Must be why Stu's happy all the time. Well, there you. That's another way of looking at it. Very inventive. I agree, Mr. B. An absolute awesome collection for us all to see. Right, you're all saying hello, but I'm not going to keep Georgie here all night. She'll be going mental. Let's have a look. Shabby, we need to do a duet singing Suddenly Seem. Oh, I'm on for it. I tell you what, why don't we do that for 24 hours? Me and you singing that, Georgie and Stu could do the puppets. Absolutely brilliant. I'm well on for that.
You got to admit though, Little Shop of Horrors, what a soundtrack that is, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
from Skid Row to the songs in that. I love the Dentist song. They're crazy, they're brilliant songs.
That's what a nice thing to say, Matt. That's awesome. You should have a lot of new subscribers after this, Georgie. I know I'm one of them. That is. Man, I get dead soft with stuff like that. You know what I mean? That everyone helps each other out. I love it. I just hope Stu knows how lucky he is to have Georgie in his life. I think he does, mate. I definitely think he does. So,
no, when she pulls that puppet out middle of the night and frightens him to death with it.
I know. G-Ball says Shabby and Si were right, but the collection had them stumbling. It's weird. Yeah, you're right. Because we're all, you watching and everyone watching on the replay, we're all in for this for a reason, aren't we? We love this.
Well, I've talked to Georgie and we've met up a few times, haven't we, Georgie, in real life and stuff. And, looked at Georgie's pictures of her stuff. And she told me about her background with the puppetry and theatre and stuff. And I thought she'd be a top guest to have on. But even knowing what you had, I did not know you had that sort of stuff. That's amazing. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be Dark Crystal all night and Labyrinth, to be fair. So when you're pulling out puppets and you're pulling out Batman hot toys like that, my God, you're up my street, kid. I'll tell you that.
Awesome. Georgie, do you want to say anything before we go, Georgie?
No, just thank you. Just thanks for watching. Thanks for having me. Thanks for putting up with me sort of grab this and grab that. It's so no, just thank you all for being immense.
Absolutely brilliant.
And again, it's been great for Annick Mark watching Stu's quiz. That's been really good. You and Stu putting that on every week.
I'm in the semi-finals. I'm in the semi-finals. You
never know. Could win it. Hey, I win Jeopardy. You could win Stu's quiz.
Yeah,
we could dominate.
World domination.
Is there a quiz on this Sunday? Is it this Sunday? Yeah, there's another one this Sunday, isn't there?
Yep,
he's got a double header. He's doing Premier League, isn't he, as well, with our Adam Berry. He's doing that too. The thing is, they get to Everton and they just start laughing. It puts me off. Do you know what I mean? They just like, we'll talk about them for like 2 minutes or whatever. Do you know?
How do you feel for me? I'm a Liverpool fan. I look at 19 other teams and laugh. So how do you feel for me? I can't. There's no other football, but one isn't there, red one. That's it. And Stu knows that.
Anyway, we've got ZSL on Friday, and then we've already got our guests lined up for next week. Next week's Tub Thumpers. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, George.
Yeah, I'd just like to say to the guests next week, you're topping this one. Try and beat this one.
We'll see you all soon. See you, everyone.
Take care.